Hello everybody, we'll start in just a minute. So I'm trying to turn the boost down a bit on my mic. It's a bit closer to my face than it used to be because I got one of those arm things. I was listening to the audio and the audio came out like really bad on the previous one. So hopefully like the audio is better this time. Let me just go ahead and share this on the various social media. Hopefully I won't have too much of a problem with the wow, that was really bad. I won't have too much of a problem getting this to run properly. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm kind of snowed in isn't really the right way of putting it. It's not really that I'm like snowed in. It's just extremely cold out today. I think it's like minus 11 here. So figured I'm probably not going to leave the house again till I go out for to church. So excuse me. Might as well do a stream of BioShock. Yeah, so I saw The Invisible Man last night. That was a movie I was not expecting to see. I have a friend. Not a friend. I have a family member who works in the industry. Not the movie industry, but like in the theater industry. So that's why I go see so many movies. I don't actually pay for them. He just gives me tickets. So, like, because a lot of these things, you say, why am I giving these people money? And I'm technically not really giving them money. So, yeah, just maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better about the kind of movies that I'm paying money to see these days. Okay, so it looks like... Let me just make sure this is connected properly. Could people let me know if you can see this okay? Because I can see this okay on my end, but it looks like the stream output, it's not coming out. Make you feel a little bit better about. There we go. Okay. He's snowed in, confirmed. Yeah, it's -11. We had a big snowfall, so yeah. Let's get into some more BioShock 2. Hopefully some more people will show up. I like to sometimes kind of mix it up a bit. Is the audio any better this time? Because I'm trying to turn down the boost. Because I find it gets kind of distorted a bit if I have the boost filter on too much. So, crap. 1 second. That was a boomer moment. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'll edit this out. I was opening my Perrier, and it just sprayed all over the place. It's like one of those liter bottles, and I think like a quarter of it just sprayed. So yeah, that's the reason. If you're wondering why I'm drinking Perrier, I don't drink pop anymore, or I guess they call it soda in the rest of the world. I stopped that 2 Lents ago, actually. And it actually helped me lose a lot of weight. So that was 2 Lents ago. Actually, it's a year since last Lent, which is when I gave up degenerate behavior. So, been over a year since that. Definitely one of, if not the best decision. Wait a minute. Why is this? Oh, I was just cleaning my keyboard off. I'll edit this shit out when I'm done. We call it pop in Canada, but I tend to say soda. So what I drink now is Yeah, if you didn't get it, I've stopped like watching porn and jerking off and that kind of thing. So it's been a full year now. I know that might be TMI, but just letting you guys know
They
it
told
is
me.
possible.
Son, you're special.
Sorry,
You were born
I'll
to do
edit this
great
all out.
things. You know what? They were right.
But yeah, one of the best decisions I ever made. I feel like a lot better. Porn does like really bad things to me. It's addictive in a way that like heroin is addictive, or like some medications I've taken are addictive. If you kind of go without it for long enough, it's kind of hard for the first month or so, and then you kind of don't even really miss it anymore. So it's definitely something I would recommend. Maybe doing for Lent. For this Lent, I am sticking to my calorie intake. I have my calorie tracking app, and I'm just committed to sticking within it every day, meaning not
you can't
going
take
overboard.
it from me,
So that kind of counts for a bunch of
Ryan!
things. Let me know if the audio balance is okay between me and the game. So that means I have to cut down on stacking a lot and things like that.
Down on the ground! Down on the ground!
I don't want to
Find a better hiding place, monster. I can see you. I'll never stop kissing you. Never.
I'm indirectly curbing sugar. I'm curbing overall calorie intake. Things like that. So maybe if I'll just talk a bit about what my oh, we can't hear me. Okay. Okay, let me see if that's better. I turned the desktop audio way down, so let me know if that works. So I'm just gonna listen to these and then we'll get back to talking about Lent.
Darling Masha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city? But I see these little girls crawling out of this vent, and I only wonder if you might one day crawl out of this vent and find this note. We look for you, but if you find this, come to us. It's a fight.
The game audio higher? Okay. Yeah, it's really distorted if I boost my mic too much, so I don't know, it's this weird thing with Windows that it's been like a problem I've had since like Windows 7, where the maximum you can boost the mic is really low.
Honest, in room number 7. The code to our room is 7533. We miss you, our darling child.
The interesting thing about that is you keep in mind is she said Ryan took my children away for the good of Rapture. Maybe I'll play that again just because the audio balance was bad. So we're having collectivism here. We're having Ryan telling people you need to make a sacrifice for the greater good, which is kind of completely counter to his philosophy. So we can see kind of him having to make compromises and kind of like realizing here that his total idealism just doesn't work. I'm just going to replay that audio diary in case you didn't hear it.
Darling Masha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city? But I see these little girls crawling out of these vents, and I only wonder if you might one day crawl out of this vent and find this note. We look for you, but if you find this, come to us. It's a fighting McDonald's in room number 7. The code to our room
let me see
is
here.
7533.
I saw one of the smugglers having a game of catching on the docks today. And this surprised me because his hands were crippled during the war. He was unloading the barge the other day when he was bitten from the sea slug. He woke up the next morning and he found he could move his fingers for the first time in years. I asked him if he still had that sea slug. As luck would have it, he did.
Okay, so we're first being introduced into the sea slug. I'm not sure if the sea slug... I actually have the sound effects are at the lowest they can go. I can't actually make the sound effects any quieter. I'll turn the music completely off, and maybe that'll help. If people want, I can just try turning the sound effects off for a while. We'll try that, maybe. Or it's... I don't know. I'll try leaving them on for a little bit. Sorry about that, guys, but... literally nothing I can do. So yeah, so something to keep in mind. So they found the sea slug, and the sea slug bit the guy, and his hand healed. So that's kind of a trait you have with a lot of very simple life forms. Like with salamanders, salamanders can completely regrow lost limbs. So if you like take off, if you cut off the arm, and you can look up, there's videos of this online, the salamander's arms will completely regrow, which I think is kind of incredible, to be honest. Yeah, so salamanders can completely grow back. Slugs are interesting because I think they're hermaphrodites.
I can hear the flap, flap, flap.
Also, a lot of them can just kind of.
All your faces are melting.
Actually, it's interesting in Star Wars that Hutts are all hermaphrodites, but you will see that there's male and female Hutts, despite them not being biologically different. It's because they tend to have a male or female personality, so they'll adopt the pronouns of whichever one they think they're more personally similar to.
I'm ready for
I believe is how it works for
Mr.
Hutts.
B. Time to go, Mr. B.
Okay, I'm gonna fight the Big Daddy. I don't really have any medkits. It's probably gonna wind up going really bad for me. But
Help me!
good, I have some armor. There we go.
Mr. Bubbles.
Now the dialogue is too loud. Make up your minds, people. Let's see here. Put sound effects up to 1.
Mr. Bubbles! No!
Come, little blonde child, I will save you.
No! You saved me.
Happy to help, small child. You can hear another Big Daddy. There's a lot of them. I should maybe get the telekinesis plasmid back. Try to lower master, okay. There we go. Maybe that'll fix it. But yeah, so the sea slug. So the sea slug injects people with, what's it called again? Stem
Time for a
cells.
nap, sweet
So
angel.
stem cells, from my understanding, what a stem cell is it's a type of cell that can become any kind of cell. Because I know when you're like, fetuses are full of them, and they can become like blood cells or neurocells, or they can become kind of any type of cell. So the is the whole game too loud, or just the sound effects? If the game's too loud, I can just turn the game down. There we go. I turned the game down a bit. What was I saying again? Stem cells, yeah, they can turn into anything. So I think the slug goes beyond like normal stem cells, and it's stem cells that can not only be turned into any like human cell, but any type of cell, period. So they figure out how to manipulate it, and because of that, they can basically do just about anything. They can just they can turn them into like cells that produce fire or electricity or wind or something like that. Yeah, but people keep complaining the game's too loud, so I don't know, Metaphysic. We'll see. Oh, there we go. And obviously, all of this, like, transhumanist bioengineering has a very bad effect on your mental capacity. Why exactly, I'm not sure. If it's just that you're, like, it's just a side effect, like all the new neurocells just make you go crazy, or your body can't handle the stress or whatever. But it's very much like a drug. So, like, splicers will have a bit of like stem cell injection and they'll start to mutate. And then I think it's a bit like to try to get rid of the side effects of drugs, a lot of people will take larger and larger doses because when they come down from their high, it feels very unpleasant. I guess I just can't pack it, it's too far away. I think I have remote hacking. I'm just trying to remember when I got remote hacking. Or am I thinking of something else? There's a lot of security cameras around here.
Darling Masha.
Oh, oops.
We don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city? But I see these little girls crawling.
1 second, I think I missed a journal. I think there was an audio journal back here a bit.
We look for you, but if you find this, come to us. It's a Fighting McDonald's in room number 7. The code to our room is 7533. We miss you, our darling child.
I'm just gonna say again, I do really love like the architecture. Like this is kind of the wharves and kind of the slums of Rapture. But even then, like it's got this cool mixture of like Art Deco, but it's very like run down, and you have all this like the kind of tin boarding and stuff that you see.
Loves me, this I know. For his commandments, I shall.
I just sorry, I'm going back. I think there was an important audio log that I missed.
Really?
I'm just gonna switch this out for telekinesis. I think I get remote hacking at some point. Yeah, I must have just gone past it. Oh yeah, I have some extra Atom. Let's see, I have 100 to spend. I can get health upgrade, Eve Link, Machine Buster. I'll take health upgrade. Something I've learned from Dungeons and Dragons is there's no and Dark Souls is there's no situation under which having more health is not a good idea. So if you can take if you can get a health upgrade, you take the health upgrade. Let's see here. Yeah, but even these rooms I find really cool. Like just how everything's gold. Alright, upper wharf.
Even miles underwater, he still sees everything. Sees everything.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm a boomer. It was right there the whole time. I literally went back for no reason.
This Fontaine fellow is somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung.
The research camera looks just like one you'd see topside. According to this magazine article I scrounged up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, and lots of other $5 words.
This Fontaine fellow is somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung. But he always manages to be where the evidence isn't. He's the most dangerous type of hoodlum. The kind with vision.
Okay, let's see here. Just have to focus on hacking and then we'll start talking again in a minute. Have I played the Max Payne games? Yeah, I played the Max Payne games. At least, 1 and 2. I did not like 3. Maybe I'm like the only person who didn't like 3. I just didn't think 3 was very good. I just found it like really boring and repetitive. And I don't know why, I just found it really difficult for some reason. I know it's not supposed to be a difficult game, at least I don't think so. But I just found it like really hard. I think I've hacked all of these. I'm not sure why this area is so heavily... Maybe I'm supposed to make a stand here at some point in the game. But this area is like really heavily fortified. I really like Max Payne 1 and 2 though. Max Payne 1 and 2 were both excellent. Mona is best girl. Fight me. Let's see here. Let's see, machine gun, grenades.
Hanging now, is it? That's what we've come to? Now look, I don't make the laws here, I just enforce them. But I didn't come to Rapture to string men up for running contraband. If Ryan and his crew have their law, then they can have my badge.
Oh good, heat-seeking missiles. Max Payne 3 also just didn't really seem thematically similar to the first 2 games, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan of it. Oh, okay, this is a good place to fight the Big Daddy, actually. Since I have all this stuff mixed up. What game is really bad that's trying to be Max Payne-ish is, I don't know if any of you have played The Darkness. The Darkness is truly horrendous. Let's see, where's the Big Daddy? I can hear him, but I wonder where he is. Okay, so maybe I'll talk a bit about what the Little Sisters are, because we've kind of been introduced what they are. Okay, so the Little Sisters have a live parasite within them. So they have one of these slugs, like, buried within them. I'm not sure. I think it's because children are still growing. And their bodies can properly adapt to the constant stem cell injection. So the little sisters have that within them, and what they do is they go around and they take blood from the bodies and they inject it into themselves and they process it back into raw Adam. And it was kind of part of an arms race because whoever had more Adam kind of ruled Rapture because they could more and more militarize their forces with more and more advanced abilities. Let's see here. Cannot carry any more buck. Machine gun rounds. Okay, I have max ammo.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so.
Good. You
Little
got the
ones
camera.
to
Now give me some
belong.
snaps on those spider splicers. And don't come back down here
They
till
are
you've got
weak,
my
but
research.
he is strong.
But we'll talk more about Little Sisters later. So the Big Daddies are men who have been indoctrinated and extensively surgically altered to provide protection to the Little Sisters. Because obviously, given how powerful they are, and like what their abilities are like, everybody wants to go and let's see here. Let's see here. I think I'll keep that for the moment.
I'm just lonely. I'm lonely.
So yeah, so the Big Daddies follow the Little Sisters around, and they serve as a form of protection. So it's kind of like this perfect system for gaining more Adam. And as kind of like Fontaine and Ryan's Civil War escalated, like I said, there was kind of an arms race to see who could mass produce soldiers faster.
We thought we could hide from the light down here. We were wrong.
This little sea slug has come along and glued together all the crazy ideas I've had since the war. It doesn't just heal damaged cells, it resurrects them. I can bend the double helix. Black can be reborn white, tall, short, weak, strong. But the slugs alone are not enough. I'll need money. And one other thing.
Test subjects. There we go. Dr. Tannenbaum explained what the sea slug does. Maybe it's a Goa'uld. Maybe that's like what this whole thing is. It's like Goa'ulds left over from when ISIS controlled this planet as her intergalactic fiefdom and her giant pyramid ship. I guess you get like 5 internet points if you get that reference, maybe? I don't know. On the topic, that was like the most aggressively mediocre series ever made by a human.
You have the research camera? Good. Guess it's time to get to work for old Peachy. Take the man's pictures, and let's get the hell out of this place.
Are you here to...
She's my child!
Your type.
Research is really, really good in this game. Because research increases your base damage against enemies, but it also eventually gives you extra plasmids. So, like, both of those are good. She should have said chosen to non-chosen.
Come on!
Shall fail, and mortal light shall cease. I shall possess.
I do like how the splicers like sing, especially Jesus Loves Me is really disturbing.
The death penalty and Rapture. Council's in an uproar. Riots in the streets, they say. But this is the time for leadership. Action must be taken against the smugglers. Any contact with the surface exposes Rapture to the very parasites we fled from. A few stretched necks are a small price to pay for our deals.
Why would public execution be against ANCAP?
We tricked you,
principles?
monster.
I actually don't know why it would be.
Come back! Stop dragging!
I love how in Ancapistan you can literally pay money to get away with crimes. So like you can pay money and the you can turn off the alarms.
I'll be back.
So literally
when
the
you start
justice
to
system
reach.
is just based on that.
Father, why have you forsaken me?
I don't think I've been doing that bad at this game. I think I've only died like 2 or 3 times. So it's good, I think.
I traded you, oh Lord, for mammon. And what did it
I always just kind of feel obligated to use weapons if I maxed out on ammo on them. So I keep switching to the machine gun even though it's terrible. Let's see here. Why does the shotgun not have iron sights? That's weird.
If things weren't bad enough, it seems that even our water system sprung a leak. Yep, that's right. Irrigation system in Arcadia is taking on seawater. I told Mr. Ryan when we were building this place, either you build her like a bathtub, or she's gonna turn into a sewer. No, McDonough, he said. We're not gonna build no bathtub. We're gonna build Eden.
As the respectable labs have all turned me away, I have turned to Fontaine smugglers in Port Neptune for supplies. Fontaine's men are pigs. They spit, they stink. But they deliver, and they don't ask questions. They're all terrified of Fontaine. He reminds me a bit of the Germans. So efficient. It wouldn't surprise me if he were soon running things down here.
Okay, so as the result of like the research I've done, so what I've unlocked is I can use the organs from spider splicers as first aid kits. Because you just unlock stuff as you take pictures of them. There's some more film. Some coffee. I should go make myself some more coffee. Oops. Need telekinesis. Destroyed security camera. I know it's like kind of a minor detail, but I do love like how much attention they put into like doing the outsides. Because like I guess the crabs aren't really moving, but it's cool that you can like look out anywhere and you can see like all this undersea stuff. I think one of the things I like about this is you can really tell they put a lot of love and care into this game. Oops.
I had thought I had left the parasites of Master.
Who said that?
Sounds like that should have been a do. Head on back to Fontaine Fisheries when you're ready, would you kindly?
Scrounger. Scrounger's really good, actually. So that increases the amount you're able to salvage when you search something.
You think you can hide?
What's the point?
The thought of me wife and child hiding in that filthy submarine makes me blood boil. Help me get them to safety and I'll be in your debt for life.
Mr. Coswell?
What was I thinking of? So Frank Fontaine. We'll talk about Frank as time goes on. But Frank Fontaine is basically he's a gangster. He's like a North American like mafioso type, and he came down here and he kind of immediately just started taking advantage of things because he didn't really have any principles. What he kind of immediately realized is the fatal flaw of Rapture was twofold. Firstly, that Andrew Ryan was an unlikable autistic douchebag, and absolutely nobody liked him. So that was kind of the first problem with Rapture. The second problem is, and this is kind of one of the major themes of the game, in society you need all kinds of different types of people. You need people to sweep the floors, you need scientists, you need doctors, you need mechanics, you need often people from very humble backgrounds, and they all work together into an integral society. But under kind of Ryan's logic, everybody can be, every man a king. If everybody just works hard enough, they can achieve basically anything. And because of that,
Is wickedness.
What the fuck? It's not giving me the... Oops. It reminds me of like Perfection or like one of those 1990s games.
Stop it. Stop looking now, it's gone.
Who said that?
I've come to judge
Not
you.
a damn thing. It's as good a spot as it. Hey, get over here.
As the respectable Lapsable turns me away.
Rapture's changing, but Ryan can't see the wolves in the woods. Fontaine fella. He's a crook and a proper tea leaf, but he's got the atom, and that makes him the governor. Sinking the profits back into bigger and better plasmids, building them Fontaine poorhouses, or like Fontaine recruiting centres. Before we know it, bloke's gonna have an army of splicers. We're gonna have ourselves a whole heap of miseries.
Yeah, so Fontaine introduced like welfare programs. So like for instance, he introduced poorhouses, he introduced flop houses, he gave a lot of men jobs in like the fisheries. He eventually introduced things like orphanages. So people like Fontaine because he'd do things for them and he was very charming and personable. And nobody liked Andrew Ryan because he was a autistic asshole. Who, if they had any problems, like if they were suffering, he'd just tell them to get good at life. Domina says, Ryan forgot that you need people to work the jobs nobody likes. Exactly, and they're all important to society. Not everyone can be a captain of industry, nor should everyone need to be a captain of industry. It's an issue a lot of boomer cons have, that like everyone should be an entrepreneur.
Did anyone ever make you feel like Senator Cohen can?
We'll get into Fontaine and his problems later.
With Why Even Ask, his greatest album yet. Songs of love, songs of joy, songs of passion.
But it's interesting, if you think about it, like what they've described so far, is it seems like Ryan is getting beaten by Fontaine because Fontaine's better at dealing with people and better at like doing what he does, and Ryan just can't take it. Even though his whole city and system is built upon competition, he can't deal with the fact that he's losing. He can't deal with the fact that other people, someone else could be better than him.
I'm closing in on the whole ring. I'd pat myself on the back, but let's face it, these aren't exactly bloodthirsty desperados we're talking about. Rapture's full of poets, artists, and tennis players, not hired guerrillas. But this leader, there's this Fontaine. He seems to know his way around the grift. He keeps his nose clean, but not so clean that the right people don't know he's not to be trifled with.
Diane, my dear, I'm sorry, but I'll be late again tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to speak about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this idiot keeps going on about this, genetic modification, that. I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow and be home as soon as I can. Andre. Diane, my dear, I'm sorry, but I'll be late again tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to speak about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this idiot keeps going on about this, genetic modification, that. I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow and be home as soon as I can. Andre.
Oops,
Diane,
fuck, I keep hitting that button.
My dear, I'm sorry, but I'll be late again
Sorry.
tonight. Rosenberg is demanding to
about
speak
that.
about this Fontaine business. I'm trying to build a proper financial market, and this idiot keeps going on about this.
A proper
genetic
financial
modification,
market
that.
based on
I'll go spend an hour pretending to pay attention to the poor fellow.
credit
Be
default
home as soon as
swaps
I can.
and what other financial instruments.
For you, you son of a bitch! And you pestilence!
Yeah, when you think about it, let's see who like the bad guys are in this. Tannenbaum, Rosenberg, Steinman, yeah. Well, Dr. Suchong isn't one, but maybe spiritually. Let's see here.
Mr. Ryan, I believe in Rapture, but that doesn't mean we always win. Fontaine Futuristics is the biggest thing going in Rapture, so let me be plain. When we arrest that toe rag Fontaine for his thieving and smuggling, we must make it clear that we won't touch his business interests. We sit on the council because these poor sods trust us, not because God gave us a chair.
Come on, get over here!
Okay, let's see here. There we go. What was the code for this again? I really don't feel like going back and looking for it, so I'm just gonna see here. Codes BioShock. So I'm in Neptune's Bounty. So that is 6533. Okay, what is it then if it's not that? Neptune's Bounty, McDougal's Tagging. Oh, 7533. Okay, I'm stupid. No, I don't want to. It's too bad because I actually think the new Mulan movie doesn't look that bad. Like out of all the like Disney live action movies, I think it actually is the only one that looks kind of okay.
We saw our Masha today. We barely recognize her. That's her, Sam said. You're crazy, I told him. That thing? That is our Masha? But he was right. She was drawing blood out of a corpse by Fontaine fisheries. And then when she was done, she walked off hand in hand with one of those awful golems. Masha!
It looks like in despair they committed
Mr. Ryan,
suicide.
I believe in Rapture.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't
Why
mean
is it
we
playing
always
this
win.
again? Okay, whatever.
Fontaine Futuristics is the biggest thing going in Rapture. So let me be plain. When we arrest that toe rag Fontaine for his thieving and smuggling, we must make it clear that we won't touch his business interests. We sit on the council because these poor sods trust us, not because God gave us a chair.
Auto hack. I don't really need ammo at this point. I'm mostly
Here
just
to
looking
visit
for
the
money.
scum of the earth!
Let's see. Spider Slicer. Organs can be used as
Shall be the fruit of thy basket! Upon thee! It's you! Run! Run from the light!
What's my favorite Disney movie? Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'd say. Then probably Beauty and the Beast as the second favorite Disney movie. So they took Shang out because of the Me Too movement, but Shang was like a Chad. He was like a Chinese like Giga Chad.
A Rapture reminder.
Okay,
Using an
increased
item from the
damage
service
against.
is forgivable. Buying or smuggling one into Rapture is... Stay on the level and out of trouble.
I wore it for you, Father. I observe all his commandments. I observe all his commandments. Thus must be you in the
friend of the parasite. It is your duty to report the smuggler.
Yeah, Frollo literally did nothing wrong. Frollo is, yeah, absolutely nothing wrong. Jet Postal. Nope, wrong way. Yeah, this is kind of a maze. Well, I'm kind of exploring too, so I'm not trying too hard to rush through this, so. Let's see. Oh, I'm out of film? Okay, I'll have to buy some next time.
My wife, Moira, she's a right pain in the neck, but she's a beauty, and she means the world to me.
Oh my, it's just like another potato
You're
famine.
making things worse.
I can't do an Irish accent. That's an accent I wish I could do, because it has a lot of potential for memes and stuff, but I can't. Small increase to max health. And it'll take a picture of the Big Daddy. And I'm just gonna... In the sequel, you have Big Sisters. And Big Sisters are really, really scary. Big Sisters are like the scariest thing in this game franchise. They're like Big Daddies, but really fast and athletic. And just in general a lot tougher. There's no film there? I need more film. I gotta see if I can kill these Big Daddies. I really don't have the ammo for it, but that's never stopped me before, and it's not gonna stop me now. Or you know what I'll do? Okay, I know what I'll do. I'll get the one Big Daddy to fight the other one. I think there was another one over here. Or where did the other one go? There we go. Oh, there was film on top of the vending machine? Oh, okay, cool. I'll go back and get that then. Was the vending machine this way? I don't remember where it was. Oh, I guess I'll just wait for these two to kill each other. That's something I really like about this game is it's really, cheesing it's not really the right way to put it, but it's really easy to kind of come up with alternative ways of solving problems like this. So close. So close. Now I just have to figure out. I don't see any film. What are you talking about? Oh! Okay, wow. That was real boomer hours right there. Let's see. There should be a little sister, because I just killed one.
Sweetheart, where are you? Come on. Come back.
Save the little girl.
No! 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 Thank you. Thank you for helping me.
Dr. Tannenbaum will probably show up again sometime soon. Let's see. I thought there was another little sister. Did I miss her, or... No, I got them all. Okay.
This
Goodbye, small child.
I'm sorry.
Well, there before.
Little Sisters Orphanage. In trouble.
Wrench Lurker. I don't need that at the
Time. Give your little girl a
okay, I don't need any of those.
boarding and education free of charge.
I'll save them for the next level.
Children are the future of Rapture.
We thought we could hide from the light down here. We were wrong.
The warp rat didn't get himself at. You got something from me and my crew? Or are you just looking to get criticized? You set here a spell. I needs to set on some coffee. Maybe put on silverware and the like.
Thanks for that. And he's just gonna leave you out here to die.
Before you head into the fisheries, a word to the wise. Old Peachy seems about as straight as a dog's hind leg. You keep your eyes open.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nobody walks into my swampy carrying the heat. Put your weapons in the pneumo, and then I'll let you in.
Speedy hacker.
If that's his price, you're gonna have to pay it. But he can't very well take your plasmas away now, can he?
Nope, he can't take those away, and he can't take away my wrench. Okay, auto hack tool. All I have to say is I'm really happy that Fontaine's dead. Because if Fontaine wasn't dead, that could lead to some issues later on, but...
Now, I bet when your boss waggled out of hell, he done told the devil he'd be right back. And the devil says, "Sure thing, Mr. Fontaine. I'll hold you a spot." Ryan promised Fontaine was dust, and now here you are doing his dirty. I guess that makes Ryan a bum, and you...
Why does he think I'm doing Fontaine's bidding? Like, I don't get why he'd think that. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
He was ours!
I say you lies!
I don't know why he thinks that we're doing Fontaine's bidding. You know, when you replay this game, knowing like all the twists and stuff, you notice how many hints there were. Or just times they mention things. This is kind of becoming boomers.
You don't know what it's like.
Just I don't have any guns at the moment.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy basket.
There we go. Issue is I only have one offensive plasmid. I only have fire at the moment. I should have brought Sonic Boom or one of those. Oh, okay, cool. I can pick up weapons here? I hadn't realized that. That's cool. I have a gun again, so that's nice. Oh, cool. Okay, there's a health machine here. That's useful.
Don't turn your back.
Thus saith the Lord.
You ain't getting out of my swampy! Dead. The Peaches got your number!
I'll kill you first! I'll kill you first!
Swampy!
You're nothing but a waste!
Okay, security expert 2. Decreases the difficulty. Decreased difficulty is really important because decreased difficulty means that buyouts I think are cheaper.
The submarine bay was only used by smugglers and thieves. More than likely, the entrance will be hidden. Better to keep the coppers off the scent.
I think it's weird because Eve is not really, I don't think, explained, but Eve is what is kind of like your MP. Eve is what powers Adam-based powers. I don't think it's ever really adequately explained. Maybe it is and I just, like, missed it, but we'll find out, as a certain person would say. I think there was a area back here. No, I think I got everything. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, Infinite kind of sucked. I think I was in kind of denial about how bad Infinite was the first time I played it. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Ooh, power to the people. Sweet. Okay, let's see here. What to upgrade? I think I'm gonna upgrade the shotgun damage for the first one. Because it's a weapon I'm probably gonna be using. Generally speaking, there's 3 weapons, or there's a couple weapons I fully upgrade in this. That's one. Or maybe I should have upgraded my grenade launcher. I don't know.
Shall cease.
I hope I'm not missing a power to the people stand, because there aren't very many of them.
You don't know what it's like!
Permanent 15% chance that enemy grenades won't work. That's good.
He got a gun! He's
Fontaine's putting the screws on us, and double. He's squeezing us out of 80 points of our cut with the threat of turning us into Ryan if we don't play ball. Son of a bitch. Sammy G comes and tells me he's thinking of going to the constable. And the next day, Sammy G was found in a sack in a salt pond. We got no choice here. We stay on Fontaine's crew and we're gonna catch the gallows. We take the powder, and we end up like Sammy G. Oh, there's gotta be another way.
I think I looked at... I really hated Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Like, I really hated it. I thought it was terrible. So, I don't think I watched the cutscenes. I think they just bored me because they went on so long.
You can't quit. Fontaine will find you.
Hey, fuck Fontaine.
You don't fuck Fontaine. Fontaine fucks you.
It's a good thing he's dead. Fontaine's dead, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Director's commentary. I don't really want to play the director's commentary, so we're just going to move on.
You got it! Should be smooth sailing from here. I'll meet you up ahead.
Oh, cutscene time. Oh no, Smuggler's Hideout. Woohoo, next level. Maybe I shouldn't have upgraded the it's fine. Why does Jack see ghosts? Because of reasons, I guess. I actually, I don't know if that's, is that ever explained?
I'm right outside the submarine bay, but I can't get in. I'll need you for that. My family can't be more than 100 yards away.
Let's see here. Nope. Okay, there we go.
We all come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great chain. Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold, and ours are the sort with the big iron ball around your ankle. He's up in Fort Frolic banging fashion models. We're down in this dump yanking guts out of fish. Fontaine's promising something better. He's like one of us, you know? Like he's worked a day in his life. He says meet him at his fish packing joint at 11. I'll go, bring a couple of guys. Hey, it's not like things could get a lot.
Hit the switch up there in the control booth and let me in. I think it's time to shake hands and get acquainted.
A lot worse. Things could and did get a lot worse.
You've had your fun, but enough is enough. If you press that button, you'll learn what it means to truly be my enemy.
But yeah, like I said, Ryan's like a brutal autist and nobody likes him. Whereas Fontaine is charismatic and charming. Okay, everybody, are you ready? Like, I know it seems really early, but this game is a lot shorter than everybody thought. So I'm going to pull this, we're going to meet Atlas's wife and child, and we're going to get out of here. So I think everything's going to be fine. Hey, look, it's Atlas. Hey, Atlas.
You blow a fuse up there? Can't see a damn thing in that booth. Give me a tick and I'll get you out of there. Moira, can you hear me in there, darling?
Oh, this is adorable. It's a family reunion.
So dark in here. If only your friend could look up and see you. Maybe you could warn him. If only you could do something, anything. Except just stand here and watch him die.
Splicers! They're everywhere! I can't hold them! Got to fall back! Get me family out and we'll regroup as soon as we can!
I will execute judgments upon thee! Who's there? Woe be unto you! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! I wore it for you, Father.
Let's see, more damage against leadhead splicers. Good. More damage is always good.
Get out if you can! Get out and we'll regroup!
I run! I'm his hammer and his horn!
You did this to me! You!
The power of Christ compels you!
Based.
How's this?
It's weird that Jack talks during like one cutscene. I don't think he talks anywhere else in the game. Oops.
You ooze in like an assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here? There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
Any future character profile? I don't know. When I feel the need to make one, I'll make one.
Get out and get to Arcadia! Jesus Christ!
Oh no. Myra and Patrick died. Oh. Damn you, Ryan. How dare you do that? I do like earlier where he thinks you're like a KGB or a CIA agent. I love when he's like, farewell or das vidanya, whichever you prefer.
The Irish pork pie offered me a deal. I flip him Fontaine and I walk out of here. That's simple. How do I know that fat fuck isn't Fontaine's guy? How do I know they're not all Fontaine's guy? Fontaine's got Adam, and everybody wants it. Ryan's got a whole lot of talk and a nice suit. Even down here, any idiot can see which way the wind is blowing.
Ryan, you could stop being a massive asshole. Nope. I can't do that, guys. Like, but if I think Arcadia is my favorite area in the game, I think. I really like Arcadia. Or is it, I forget if it's Arcadia or the next level where they have like the like neo-pagan like cult or whatever. I forget if it's like Apollo Gardens or something. I don't remember. We'll check.
Moira. Patrick. Ain't that just like Ryan? Waits until we're almost out, and then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him, and we'll tear his heart out.
I came to this place to build the impossible. You came to rob what you could never build. A hung, gaping at the gates of Rome. Even the air you breathe is sponged from my account. Well, breathe deep, so later you might remember the taste.
You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
Yep, I think this is my favorite level. Yep, Arcadia. Once again, there's a lot of variety they put into this game. Let's see here. Right. More film, good.
Seems like some poor blighters have started seeing ghosts. Ghosts? Ryan tells me it's a side effect of this plasmid business. One poor sod's memory is getting passed on to another through genetic sampling. Leaks. Lunatics. Rebellion. And now, bleeding ghosts. Ain't life in Rapture grand?
Okay, so it's genetic memories. Okay, well that at least is an explanation. Houdini splicer.
Hey, can you help me, man? Can you help me out?
I only tried one Monster Hunter game and for 3DS, and I really did not like it. Oh yeah, next level is Sander Cohen, I think. But yeah, I think this is my favorite one.
Hey, over here!
Or maybe it's Apollo Gardens. I can't remember the one I really like. The other one I really like. What it's called.
Hello, beautiful.
Houdini splices are really annoying. Because they can teleport. I don't know where he went. Yeah, he's running away from me.
Hello, beautiful.
Okay. Two little sisters in this level.
Cut him!
What the hell is going on?
Come here now!
Who is shooting
Stop
at me
wasting
there?
my time, you horrid monster!
I'm worth 10 if the nurse doesn't like you, but I
Oh, yes,
She didn't
run!
sit it.
You
There goes
coward! I
Sluggish.
don't care where...
Sluggish Splicer. Is this Sluggish Splicer? Leadhead Splicer.
Just come on!
I also finished the game Vampire recently.
Hello, vulgar little tramp!
Literally ran into her own tripwire. BioShock, the enemies kill themselves. Let's see here. Film. Liquid nitrogen. Okay, there's Atlas.
I tried to help, but sometimes I make mistakes.
Since there isn't really a death penalty in this game, if I have a choice between using the camera and dying, I go with using the camera. Just because of how good the upgrades are from doing research in this game.
Run! Run! They're coming!
Let's see here. Oh, you can gather electric wires? I'm just not sure how you do that exactly. You invent. It's weird that this just was introduced like right now, and not earlier in the game. Oh, well, whatever. I don't think you invent's very good if memory serves. Let's see. Go, Rosie. And little sister. Okay, so I'm gonna have to kill this big daddy now. So I do have a fair number of grenades. I don't really have enough health packs, but I'm sure I'll make do. I forget if mines do more damage than frag grenades or not. I think they do.
Please, get up! No! No! No!
Here you go, small child. You have been liberated.
Even in the gathering dark, you light a candle. You have saved the little ones when you might have shown your cruelty. I am sending something your way to demonstrate our thanks.
Okay, good.
Time for a nap, sweetie.
Thank you. Okay, so Adams, Safecracker, and Buckshot. Okay, here we go. We have lots of stuff to upgrade now. Alright, I'm gonna take another engineering slot. security expert. Another combat slot. Wrench damage, static discharge, wrench lurker. I guess I'll take wrench jockey. Physical slot. I'll take. Yep. I don't need another plasmid slot at the moment. I'll take Enrage, because Enrage is actually really good. Let's see here. Human Inferno. Cyclone Trap, Vending Machine Expert, Machine Buster, Speedy Hacker. Oh yeah, I can upgrade my abilities now. That's cool. I'll take a health upgrade too. More health is always good.
Who the? I'm top dog!
Let's see. Thuggish Splicer.
You.
There has been tremendous pressure to regulate this plasmid business. There have been side effects, blindness, insanity, death. But what use is our ideology if it is not tested? The market does not respond like an infant, shrieking at the first sign of displeasure. The market is patient, and we must be too.
Insanity, death, organ failure, like it's like any American pharmaceutical company right there. I'm sure it's
Rolling Hills is over yonder, and the bathysphere station is as well. And then straight on to Ryan.
Let's see here. I have to give it the remastered version actually is pretty good so far. It looks good. They did a good job with the graphics. Is that a... You find twice the amount of ammunition. Destroy turrets. You know what it is? Right, in BioShock 2 you get remote hacking. Remote hacking is really good. Because it means I can shoot like hack darts across the room.
Things have changed since I left Dr. Steinman's office. It's like I don't even recognize Rapture no more. I hear they've been rounding up people in Paula Square. I asked Ryan how could he do such things to innocents. He said, innocents. If they haven't chosen to defend Rapture, they've chosen to side with Atlas and his bandits. So there are no innocents. There are heroes, and there are criminals.
Whoa.
Gregory, don't come whining to me about market forces, and don't expect me to punish citizens for showing a little initiative. If you don't like what Fontaine is doing, well, I suggest you find a way to offer a better product.
Yes, I know about the lockdown. It's absurd. Just give me a minute.
Lazarus tests are very promising. If the Rosa Gallica bloom, then by God, I know we're in business.
Hurry, the lockdown!
Hmm? All right, I'm leaving. But somebody has to find a way to come back to check on these samples. They're very important.
Flamethrower. Yeah, I like how Ryan is like, yeah, we aren't going to regulate this. It's all okay. Just invent a better product. Make some like bigger monsters. Everything's going to be fine. And then like the problem with him is in part like he kind of realizes he fucked up. But he can't really admit that he fucked up, so he goes like too far in the opposite direction. And just kind of becomes a complete despot. So, yeah. Oh, let's see, we gotta piss him. Fuck. I hate these things. They're such a pain. There we go. I hope I'm not missing a power to the people station somewhere. Because that would be really bad. The camera's a lot better in the second game. I think they did a much better job producing it. Let's see here. But yeah, I just really like this level. It's cool to have like an area this like green and lush under the ocean. You find twice the film on destroyed security cameras.
Andrew Ryan reminds us we all make choices. But in the end, our choices make us.
Wow, that's like the fucking... I know they used to say that all the time back in high school. It's really lame. Let's see here. I think I get the chemical sprayer soon. The chemical sprayer is literally like the best gun in this game. I hate Houdini splicers. I hate them so much.
You're a nobody!
If I get splicer. You invent. Yeah, there's just not anything really, at least at this point in the game, that's worth building. You might be able to get rid of... Ammo's not really proving to be that big an issue. I kind of have, like, too much... Well, not too much ammo. You can have too much ammo. It's really not having an issue with ammo consumption. Who is
You might hear things about me, things about me, things about me, things about me. See my name about? Think what you will. There was a time I cared about politics, but it's just an excuse men use to kill one another. I'm done with all that. I just want to see the sunlight again.
Oh, that breaks it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oops.
And I could start a business down here, yeah. No, it's not too late.
Type is looking for, and you won't get it.
Tree farm. Yep, this is a great environment to start a business in.
On the surface, I once bought a forest. The parasites claimed that the land belonged to God.
and demanded that I establish a public park there. Why? So the rebel could stand slack-jawed under the canopy and pretend that it was paradise earned. When Congress moved to nationalize my forest, I burnt it to the ground. God did not plant the seeds of this Arcadia. I did.
You! How dare you touch me! Ugh.
Okay, Fungus Splicer. Let's see here. Oh, it's a big daddy. There's no point in killing him since there's not a little sister there, but I can take a shot of him at least. Photographer's Eye. So I believe that increases the damage bonus I get from research. So that's good.
This isn't right. I'm gonna need you to listen to me. I'm no sort of botanist, but I think Ryan has just killed Arcadia. The man's put something foul into the air. Bottom of the ocean, Bio. All the oxygen comes from the trees. No trees, no oxygen. Give me a spell to think. Ryan's woman in Arcadia is an old Betty named Langford. An okay sort, but not above doing a dirty job for $1. If she's still kicking around, I'm sure she's gonna want to save her trees. After all, she planted the damn things.
Good job, Ryan. This is a genius idea. They might bring Prince of Persia back. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, the Prince of Persia games were kind of a mixed bag. I liked Prince of Persia Sands of Time. Warrior Within was like the most try-hard edgy thing I've ever seen.
It wasn't you, was it? No. Ryan. I think I've got a way to save the trees. It's a genetic vector that... Oh, look who I'm talking to. Could you find a sample of Rosa Gallica for me? Look in the grotto. I've got to keep working while there's time.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Look at those trees out there. That's neat. Yep, Brian, this is totally going to work out for you.
This was our home!
I love how Ryan's so committed to fucking with you that he's willing to destroy his entire city just to, like, get his revenge. No, I didn't play Two Thrones. One thing I'll give Warrior Within is Kalina was really hot. That's like the biggest compliment I think I have for it.
I'm sorry. Get out of my territory!
Shadi was also hot. But like, Prince of Persia 2 was like the most try-hard, like, edgy thing I've ever seen. Other than maybe Future Diary. I think Future Diary is the most try-hard, edgy thing I've ever seen. But, it's a close second. Like how they had the Godsmack song. I stand alone.
They dress up in leaves and call themselves the Saturnine. Please. They drink human blood and chant, harness the flame, harness the mist, and believe they're touched by the ancient god. An aging bunch of frat boys tilting back goblets of plasmids and calling it ambrosia.
So basically LARPers. LARPers destroyed Rapture.
Toxic, septic, on Earth!
I tried playing the reboot, I didn't really like it. I actually just found Warrior Within really hard. I didn't like it because they introduced non-linear aspects to it. And I just think it's the kind of game that probably shouldn't have non-linear aspects to it, because backtracking is just really confusing in that game.
Batman is gone, Mr. B.
Get some electric buck.
Kill it! Kill it!
Okay, there we go.
No! No! No!
Yeah, I think you're thinking about Sands of Time. I really like Sands of Time. Sands of Time, it was one of the first GameCube games I got, but I really enjoyed it. Shouldn't you be playing System Shock 2? No, I'm not playing System Shock 2. System Shock 2 is too old. I'm not a fan of, like, games pre, like 1999. Like, Tiberian Sun is, like, the oldest thing I'll play. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not as big a fan of platformers as I used to be. It's just I'm not very good at them. Like, I'll admit for certain games I'm just bad. Like, I rage quit Ukulele because I had to beat that stupid, like, Tiki Rock whatever. And I just found it, like, really annoying. So I'm, like, really shitty at certain types of video games. I'm not that bad at stuff like this, but...
He is a poison! Kill him!
Yeah. Ooh, speed boost. Running faster is always good in any game. Oh, okay. Security evasion. That's good. Takes longer to notice you. What about Deus Ex? No, Deus Ex, I didn't like. It's just, it's too old. It's just, it doesn't have all the quality of life improvements.
It'll all be fine.
I tried playing it and I just kind of like bored quit it. I didn't really enjoy Deus Ex 1. I like Human Revolution. Human Revolution I give like a 9 out of 10 to, and I really like Mankind Divided. But no, I was not a big fan of the original. And I tried playing Invisible War, and I didn't really care for Invisible War either. I know it's unrelated, but at some point I have to do a review of Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell. Because I love Gordon Ramsay shows, and I've seen like every episode multiple times. So I'll have to like do it at some point. So I actually have a lot to say about those. I mean, I'm not the kind of person who pretends I like something because it's popular. Like, I think Half-Life 2 is overrated, and I'm not going to pretend it's the best game ever. Just because that's the, like, consensus opinion. Let's see here.
Animals, every one of them. Tell the minister he'll just have to wait. It's my daughter's wedding, not his.
Let's see here. If there's anything I can buy. Winter Blast. I just don't think there's really anything Winter Blast does. Yeah, like I think Half-Life 2. Keep in mind, I admit, I'm just gonna admit it. I'm not gonna be one of these people. I try to be like honest about my biases. I am one of those people who dislikes things, just because, they're like super popular and people like jerk off to them. So like I admit Half-Life 2 was kind of ruined for me because of like how much people were just like, this is the greatest game ever. You can't this game is above criticism. That's kind of the thing, cuz like even when there's like games I like Dark Souls, I like heavily criticize certain aspects of Dark Souls. But the fan base just gets like really triggered if you like criticize it at all. Like there's a lot of problems with the Souls games. I think I'm just going around in circles. Am I supposed to do something there? Like, in DS1, the hit detection is awful. Like, it's really bad. It's not really balanced. There's a lot of issues with the Soul games. That's not to say I don't like them, but there are problems with them. There are flaws, and just when the fan base gets like really triggered when you criticize them at all, it's just Also, they're just really elitist. Like how like how they claim if you beat the game using summons, it doesn't count. Like if you beat certain bosses using summons, that doesn't count as you beating the game. If you use tank builds or use shields, that doesn't count. I remember for DSP when he was playing Dark Souls, he got really lucky and he got a Black Knight Ultra Great or Black Knight Halberd, like from the first Black Knight in the game, and he used that for the rest of the game. And people were saying his playthrough wasn't legitimate. Because he used the Black Knight Halberd. And they're like, he should have just not used the Black Knight Halberd and deliberately used a worse weapon. Because it's not fair. It's not a legit playthrough. And I'm like, well, if it's in the game, it's a legit playthrough. Like, so rather than, like, say, maybe FromSoft shouldn't have put an endgame enemy at the beginning of the game that has a decent likelihood of dropping an endgame weapon, it's like, no, it's DSP.
You've brought the Rosa Gallica? Oh, what are you waiting for?
Okay, I'll see you later, Will.
Send it through the pneumo.
I think I have to hold off.
Yes, this is perfect. Perfect. Come on up to my office. I'm letting...
Hacking expert. I guess I'll put that there.
You in now. I think I've got just the thing to put the green back in this forest.
Isn't there anything in this damn place those pagans won't steal? Paper towels, ink pots, witch hazel, chlorophyll solution, even my back issues of National Geographic. They're feathering their disgusting little shrines with it, I suppose. Sick bastards.
They're stealing just random shit from her and worshipping it. They are neo-pagans.
I've got the security system in this joint hacked, so those turrets won't bite. Come on up to my office.
Who says you can't teach an old hound new tricks? This batty plant woman spends 4 years coming up with ways to defoliate trees in the Pacific to scare out the Japs, and now here I am, down at the bottom of the Atlantic, trying to figure out how to do the same thing in reverse. Adam. It's bathtub gin times the atom bomb times Eve with a serpent. Let's go see what it can do.
Favorite Zelda game is Twilight Princess.
Julie, we made a business deal, you and I, did we not? Money changed hands. Let me read to you from the agreement. Section 3, subsection 4.
Mr. Ryan.
Ryan Industries maintains exclusive rights to the creation, use, and exploitation of the Lazarus Vector. Ownership is civilization.
Wait, no, please.
Without it, we're back in the swamp.
Mr. Ryan!
You broke a contract. You violated my natural property rights. You violated my natural property boundaries. Yes, the best weapon in the game. Okay, I got my
Every
favorite
time
weapon.
we get a yard ahead, Ryan goes and moves the goal line down to the other side of the field.
I've been killing trees for 25 years. At Berkeley back in the 20s, on the Japs at Iwo Jima. But I never brought one back from the grave before. I did, Becky. Mama's gonna build her first damn Frankentree. I'm gonna call my little creation the Lazarus Vector.
9457.
Maybe it'll bring the old gal's career back from the dead as well.
What's the point of being a damn genius if the only ones around to appreciate it are a bunch of spliced up morons? I've cracked the Vector, or at least I'm 99% certain I have. I just need a bud of Rosa gallica to confirm my analysis. Distilled water, a bit of chlorophyll, and enzymes extracted from Apis mellifera. That's right, sweetheart. Honeybee spit.
Invent the Lazarus Vector.
I try to help, but sometimes I...
Oh no! What is
You're
that then?
crawling!
Tricky little nothing!
I've been killing trees for 25 years. At Berkeley back in the 20s. On the Japs at Iwo Jima.
You would never be able to, like, get away with this game because she says Japs.
I did, Becky.
And, like, you aren't even allowed to use slurs, like, to portray, like, things, like, even if it's being portrayed as, like, a negative, you still aren't allowed to use slurs, because that's just how paused, like, these people are. So, like, as I've said, they've actually made the Empire substantially less quote-unquote evil in the, reboot, because, they can't show... It would offend people too much if they showed, like, non-human, it would hurt them too much to show human supremacism, so they just don't show it anymore. And now the Empire isn't even, like, I don't think they're even officially alien. I think they're just, like, incidentally anti-alien now. That I need to do. I think there was something I needed to get. Let me see. What was it I need to do again? I wasn't really paying attention. Distilled water, enzyme samples, chlorophyll. Okay. So I think I have to go kill people for that.
Arcadia is a big place, but mostly rural. If you're looking for something in particular, I'd start at the farmer's market.
Come here now! He's so funny, but his wife has put on so much weight.
These assholes don't get it. I'm a winner. Gonna show Ryan and all of them.
Let me see. Nope, I've already been in there. Farm. How weird is it that there's a rural, like, there's a rural area under the ocean? It's so strange.
I'm the goddamn doctor!
I'm the goddamn Batman. Ooh, power to the people. Okay, I want chemical thrower consumption rate. Okay, who's Ken Levine? I actually don't know who that is. Okay. Bye, Misanthrope. Let's see here.
It's just a bad quarter. No, that's all.
Let's see here. Yeah, I've been trying to tell Serp that I kind of think he should maybe move on from Turok or play something else. Just because, like, I don't know, Turok's just not really going anywhere. It's a really slow game. And, just nothing's really happening in it. I mean, it's not like it's a bad game. No, it is a bad game. It's not like the worst Let's Play, but it's just, I don't know. I don't really think him failing in it is his fault, because I think it is really shitty. Okay, wow. That is truly terrible. Let's see. I'm not gonna bother with that save. Even if there's gonna be something good in it, I just...
A new curfew will be enacted on Thursday. Citizens found in violation will be relocated to Apollo Square.
I think I'm gonna probably end this session here. We've been going for about 2 hours, and my voice is starting to get a bit tired. So I'm just gonna save this bad boy, and yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. God bless.